swear to God. Nah, I'm good.
Hey, I got my package from that Hank sent. Look at
Ah,
Holy shit.
Andy.
that one.
That's
Uh-huh.
Jesus, look at you guys, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I signed a
Oh,
treaty this afternoon.
I'm gonna fire mine up if you're
Welcome,
gonna
peace
fire
pipe.
yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Sign a
Yeah.
treaty and violate it by dinner.
I got this one in there from Hank too that I've been using.
Mm-hmm. I got
Another big one. Reverend Derek was over there when I opened the package, and so he
Was
got
that that
the
box that
toys.
was in the fun house?
Yeah.
Did you get your other package?
Yes, sir.
Ugh.
I went over the day you left.
Crazy, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and after I visited Larry, I remembered because he grew seeds there and was sprouting them, and I was like, that one I got that package that had those Chinese pain patches and some other stuff, and there was a bunch of weed seeds in there, so I remembered them, and I went digging around in my own hoard. My hoard looks a little cleaner than Larry's, but I have one hoard, but I found my seeds in there, so I planted 50 marijuana seeds, hoping to start a cannabis farm to help needy children and at risk.
I just picture this
Arlo.
Jack and the Beanstalk style of Andy just throwing all the seeds into one big pile and into a thing. And
No, I
hoping
went
it grows.
and got the whole setup. Dips.
You got like a raised bed or something?
No, just a seed tray, but they have little
seed tray with it-
packets
yeah.
you stick the seed in. You can bang it right down in them. And just
Yeah,
jam them in. Easy.
I've got
Underway.
several plants below even my legal threshold because 12 plants is way too much fucking work for me. I don't want to do that at all. I've done
I hadn't thought
I've
about
done
the
like
work at the
8
end of it.
before, and yeah, the work at the end of it, the smell. You don't even want to smell weed anymore. The smell makes you fucking sick. So you're just stuck on your fingers will stick together for days. It's just a nightmare
Have
job.
Larry fingers.
That is all I remember stoners talking about. Sticking their
Yeah.
fucking big fat noses in a bag and like,
Love
No, that's good.
smell it.
Until
Oh,
you're
sticky
inundated
fingers,
with
bro.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched
Careful
ahead,
what
Jeff.
you wish for, stoners.
I watched a pretty good documentary. I forget what channel it was on. Hulu, I think. And it mentioned Sasquatch, and it's like it investigates Sasquatch murdering 3 Mexican weed growers back in, well, not that long ago in the 90s. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but Sasquatch does not actually appear in the documentary.
Is it called Bigfoot? Bigfoot. What is it? Fuck these goddamn pop-up ads. Bigfoot, weed, and murder.
Yeah, that's it. It's a 4-parter. My brother had it on, and we all fell asleep.
Kind of on the nose. I mean,
Yeah, we all fell asleep during it, but I don't feel like I didn't feel like I missed anything, but it was interesting enough. But it was mainly about weed farmers. But I was like,
Good
it's like
viewing.
any good Sasquatch movie. Sasquatch ain't in it. It's like fucking put could Sasquatch show up in one of his fucking movies, please? That Gimmel, or is it Gimmel? The old Bigfoot walking, and that's the only footage of him. The famous footage where he turns around like a dude and goes, "All right, man, did you get the shot?" It looks pretty phony. I don't think that's Bigfoot.
That was a guy in a gorilla suit. The guy who did it was he was an ex-con or a fucking and the guy he had a receipt for a gorilla suit. Come on. It was the gorilla suit was, I think it was made by Morris Company, which is a costume company that still shows up out at the Transworld show that we're going to go to next week. That guy Morris is the guy who sold that suit to the dude.
Yeah. So, and then here's the thing: is like then the diehards of the movement. Well, we got footprint cast. Okay. Well, any good animal tracker when they catch a big foot track like that, follows that animal track and catches that animal eventually, or fine. That's like, why Bigfoot leaves intermittent footprints? Is it, what does Jesus pick him up at the other times and carry Bigfoot?
Yeah, how could like a size 22 foot just disappear in the forest?
Because there's like 3 loser Bigfoots that have to go back with branches and erase all the footprints or some shit. That's the stupidest shit. It's like, why can't they just follow? If you got definite proof,
Bigfoot is Tarzan. He just touches down once in a while and then he's swinging.
Yeah, there's no, and then
the footprint is a kickoff to get more height. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
To kick out.
And I'm sorry, Bigfoot doesn't. And how would Bigfoot know? I mean, I wouldn't excuse it, but how would Bigfoot not rape women? They're big and apish, and there's probably a shortage of Bigfoot women. So they go near a campground and they see some hairless woman. Shit, yeah. Bigfoot, they got to have all kinds of testosterone up in there and big swinging monkey dicks. Fuck yeah, they'd be fucking all over the news. Bigfoot just fucking wreaked havoc on a family camp out. Oh my God. He took away, he took grandma at the picnic table and took mom in the showers and he took the girls away. Goddamn Bigfoot.
I think Bigfoot is woke, Andy. I don't think that's an accurate portrayal.
Well, you're going with the Harry and the Hendersons Bigfoot, and I just don't think that's what.
No, Andy, have you seen Primal Rage?
No.
Okay, Primal Rage is a movie made by Pat McGee, who does the on the Rogan podcast. He's got that big wolf in his entryway. He's got it's a cast. He's a special effects guy that's been around forever. He did a movie called Primal Rage, and there is a rape scene.
Is there
where
a
lady is it's Primal Rage is the Bigfoot character. And,
wait, Shaylee, is that the one with the isolation tank? Or no, that's a different one, I think.
No, it's Altered States.
Yeah,
I think that's what Rogan sleeps in.
Primal Rage is crazy though, because it's like they're out in the forest, and it's right where you are, Andy. I mean, that's where they did it. And Pat McGee's awesome, and this was his thing for like 8 years. He's working on this thing, and they get to this point where they're in the cave. It's like, is he mounting her? It is pretty. Whoa, okay. Maybe that's what fucking Bigfoot's into, but maybe he doesn't know there's a front hole because he went right to the back one.
Yeah, he'd probably be bored.
That's why there's very few Bigfoot children.
No offspring.
Yeah,
right. That's why there's no.
That's how they control the population.
Right.
Bigfoot is an example to us all.
I told you they were woke.
Yeah, there'd be like a Teen Wolf situation if Bigfoot actually, impregnated somebody.
Yeah.
Just be some kid in Eureka that would be like, wait a minute, that kid looks like a Bigfoot.
Kid in Eureka.
he's got custom leather shoes because they don't make them that size.
I didn't see him last year, but he got on the bus today. I don't.
Yeah, now there's a whole family of them here in Eureka.
Bigfoot cave rape aside, I want to see Primal Rage just based on the picture that I see behind Shayla.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Fantastic.
And, it's interesting because Pat McGee's a special effects artist. He does a bunch of sculpting for my brother and stuff. But we've known him forever. And he's the guy that goes to these competitions like Monsterpalooza and stuff. And when he enters, he wins everything. He's a really humble guy. And he's great. And he's actually the Bigfoot character in this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
There should be more.
Wait, is the rape scene really necessary? I think it is. I think let's just go with it. And I'm a method actor, so you might feel some pressure.
Yeah. That's what there's a Bigfoot movie that Bobcat Goldthwait directed a few years ago. As I went and saw a screening of that and met Bobcat at it, said, hey man, can I do a picture by you? So when one of us passes, somebody can put this up.
Willow Creek, it's called.
Yeah, Willow Creek. It was good. It was like it was like kind of like the ones I saw as a kid at that old movie theater we were talking about. Where like Bigfoot wouldn't really be in it. It would be a bunch of dudes, and then Bigfoot, the camping would be ruined because Bigfoot would yell at them, basically scream at them and throw rocks, and then they're like, "Fuck it, I don't want to camp here with this guy," so they would leave. But there wasn't. They didn't really show him.
Neighbor?
Yeah, kind of. And they didn't. But Bigfoot was just implied in the movie and not really seen. And same with bobcats. I think there's an attack situation, but you don't really get a. That's what I said. Like, man, put Bigfoot in. Make a Bigfoot movie and put Bigfoot. Make him the star of it. Why should Bigfoot be a supporting actor in his own?
Like Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, but
that's what that was.
Tougher. That's a family movie. I don't think Bigfoot's a family. I don't know. If Bigfoot were real, wouldn't that be great though? They just fucking a group of Bigfoots walked out of the Santa Cruz Mountains and said they fucking had it with this shit, and they fucking just want to. They just want to hang out with people and barbecue and fucking. They do most of the same shit. They like the same radio and all that shit. They smoke herb.
So and then basically, they would go, Bigfoot surrenders.
Yeah,
I'm giving in. I'm tired of not getting my Amazon Prime on time. I want an address.
Yeah.
Life on the run is no life at all, says Bigfoot.
We'd get them some language courses, and then a few months later they'd just be cool hanging out. They'd be on everybody's podcast.
It's like the Beverly Hillbillies. It'd be exactly like the Beverly Hillbillies. They would all of a sudden that would be the thing, is them assimilating into 21st century life.
And you could get your own chaka, or you're not slavery, but hey, well, like a little Bigfoot would be like chaka.
The world to the land of the lost and Bigfoot.
What do you think those were, man?
Well,
you don't know that chaka was a Bigfoot? Yeah.
There was a movie in the 80s, I think, Iceman, where they unfroze a fucking caveman. And he came back to life and had to assimilate her. I don't remember exactly.
You're talking about what's his name? Brandon Fraser.
No. Before that.
The Iceman cometh.
No.
George Gervin.
Mm-hmm.
Wim Hof.
That was an episode of Scooby-Doo too.
What? The Iceman cometh?
Melting the Iceman out of the frozen. They woke him up from the ice.
Yeah, South Park, where they found the guy who was frozen since like 1997. Yeah, Bigfoot lore. Yeah, Chaka's a Bigfoot. Fuck yeah.
Well,
look at this. They never showed his feet.
I don't know if he'd appreciate that.
Well, Chaka, it's to me that's obvious.
One of the Bigfoots ate some bad berries and accidentally put it in the wrong hole.
It sort of looks like
a little Bigfoot.
I doubt it. Who's the actor that played Chaka? I'd be curious, but he looks like a Richie Cunningham or Richie Cunningham's brother.
Clint Howard.
Clint Howard.
Yeah.
Wait, that is Clint Howard, right?
It looks like Clint Howard.
It has to be.
That's Clint Howard without makeup as a 17-year-old. He went through an awkward stage.
Chaka was Philip Paley.
Did he ever do anything?
Philippe
keep
Paley.
Acting?
He was in Beach Balls.
Oh, really?
Airwolf.
Well, you know what? Chaka was a character.
Actually, he was in something. He was the trampoline kid. The last page of summer in 2020. But he had a gap from 1988 to 2020 with nothing. I'm pretty sure he was.
Holy shit! That'd be interesting to know what was the what was the creative time off?
He was doing Clint Howard lookalike gigs.
Maybe get those creative juices going again.
Maybe he was lost in time.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's funny because in the trivia on IMDb it says he was a martial artist under whatever, and there's been urban legends about him. One being that Clint Howard played Chaka.
Wow, no shit.
And most recently, the guitarist from Sugar Ray, Rodney Shepherd, played him because he has kind of that look, I guess. I don't know if that's a compliment.
It's not.
I think it could also be Leif Garrett.
I think he was played by Marilyn Manson's rib.
He works for a national law firm as a litigation support manager, helping attorneys with their preservation, review, analysis, and preservation of electronically stored information used in litigation and trial.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's actually the first Sleestak in his family to go to college, so
no,
he wasn't a
Sleestak. Those were like a lizard type dudes. This was a family of ape-like people that hung out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he was on their side, wasn't he?
So if you don't think Chaka was a good actor, name the parents. Yeah. They were there, but they didn't do shit. You know, they were always too reluctant.
They did show up. You're right.
They were shitty parents because they would go, well, we don't know what these even are, but we're going to send Chaka to represent the family with them. If they're at all creepy, Chaka will find out. If they're all sexually inappropriate, Chaka will come back and report.
It's like your family's
Chaka, no, go back.
Yeah, it's like your family, Andy, making you go with the guy, knowing full well what he's capable of.
I know Chaka talked, but was Chaka a racial stare? I don't, yeah, the Sleestaks, those were scary dudes you wouldn't hang out with, but Chaka, he was cool. Those guys were more like the Big Brothers and the Sigmund and the Seamon. I wish they would have had a mashup show with all the fucking lizards, because those are cool costumes. And Sigmund and the Sea Monster, it would just be like, wow, like a little mentally fucked up one. He was. He was.
What are you talking about?
Well, Sigmund's Sea Monster compared to like a Sleestak. Shit, yeah. Those guys are space alien looking dudes. You know who played in the NBA?
Hold on. Sigmund is a sea monster.
And what was Sleestaks though? Little fucking creepy. They like steam. Those guys
like steamy.